And if I were meeting with a brand new real estate agent, all right, or if I had a brand new real estate agent come to me and say, okay, I've got my license, this was my goal, this was my intention, this is why I got my license, and all of a sudden, oh boy, now what do I do? If I were having that conversation with any one of you or anybody, I would say, here's 10 things you need to do in order to be successful in real estate. Do these 10 things and you will be massively successful. We want to overcomplicate things. My superpower is taking the complicated and making it simple. So I'm going to do that for you today. I'm going to take the complicated journey of becoming a successful real estate agent, selling lots of homes, making money, living my dream. This is why I got my license. And I'm going to simplify it for all of you. Even if you've been in the business for years, please pay attention, because we're in a shifting market, and what worked last year probably won't work this year. So you need to do things different in order to survive the thrive, in order to survive the shift, so you can thrive later on. So again, just please pay attention. And this is a repeat of yesterday, but we're going to get through all 10 today. Number one, build your database. In order to build your database, you have to have a database. Your phone is not a database. Excel spreadsheet is not a database. A notebook with you writing down everybody's names is not a database. There are plenty of databases available in real estate, and the right one for you is whichever one you'll use. It's critically important that you work from a database. I'm shocked at how many real estate agents I meet with or I talk to, and I ask them, tell me about your database. And I hear, I don't have a database. And these are agents who are selling lots of home, guys. So get started off right. Start with a database. Now, who do you put in there? Everybody you know, everybody who knows you, everybody who likes you and would potentially buy or sell real estate with you or refer people to you. And don't get stuck if you don't know of anybody. If you say, well, John, I don't know anyone. Okay, cool. We got an answer for that. I've only got 10 people. We got an answer for that. I only got 50 people. We got an answer for that. Which takes us to number two, feed it every day. Feed it every day simply means that you're adding people to your database daily. Now, if you work 50 weeks, 5 days a week, you're working 250 days a year. If you add one person to your database every day, you'll have 250 new contacts in your database a year from now. Now, how do you add people to your database? It's simple. Hey, Sarah, my name's John Dietz. I'm a real estate agent. I specialize in the local market, and I like to keep my friends and family members updated on the market. That simply means I send them interesting information on the real estate market once a month, and I call every 3 or 4 months just to check in. Would it be okay if I added you to that group? No, it's a group. It's not a list. Nobody wants to be on a list. Words matter. Pay attention. Use the right words. It's also a special group. It's friends and family. Would you like to be a part of that group? Now, are people going to say no? Yes, they will. It's not the point. Pay attention to the yeses and ignore the nos. If you're taking notes, write that down. Pay attention to the yeses and ignore the nos. If I have that conversation with 10 people a day, at least one of them is going to say yes. 9 of them might tell me to take a hike. You're weird. Go away, you creep. I don't want to be on your in that group. Cool. Next, find one person every day that says yes. Now, if you want to ramp this up, find 2 people every day that says yes. If you find 2 people a day, you'll have 500 new contacts in your database a year from now. And we know from NAR that approximately 6% of the US population who owns real estate moves every year. Which means if you have 500 people that you're communicating with in a systematic way, which by the way is number 3, communicate with your database in a systematic way. If you're taking notes, that's number 3, write it down. When you're communicating with those 500 people in a systematic way, 6% are going to move in the next 12 months. That's 30. That's 30 closed transactions that didn't come from cold calling. You didn't call any for sell by owners or expireds. You're working relationships. And you got 30 closed deals from 500 new contacts. Now, do those 500 people know somebody who's going to buy or sell real estate? Yes, they do. So how many potential referrals could you get from working those relationships, from adding value to people's lives? All right, number 3, communicate in a systematic way. Back to the database conversation. Every single one of these databases that exist in the real estate space have drip campaigns. And today, those drip campaigns are pretty simple. It's set it and forget it. If you set up a drip campaign to someone an email every month, the database is doing it for you. If you're sending text messages, the database is doing it for you. The 2 things that you have to do are write handwritten personal notes. I want you to write 5 a day. That's part of the prescription in order to become a successful real estate agent. These are handwritten notes, which means the envelope is handwritten. The return address is handwritten. Don't overcomplicate this. When you're talking to someone, you're talking to 20 people a day. That's 20 opportunities to send a handwritten note. Pick 5 and send 5 handwritten personal notes every single day. If you meet with somebody, that's an opportunity to send a handwritten personal note. The other thing that you have to do is you have to pick up the phone and make calls. You're going to call everybody in your database, everybody that's part of your sphere of influence, past clients, raving fans, advocates, core advocates. You're going to call them once a quarter, once every 3 months. This is a forward conversation. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Hey, Justin, John Dietz, been a couple months since we spoke. Just wanted to check in, see how you are. How's your family? Are you still working at XYZ CPA firm? If I had someone who needed a great CPA, are you taking new clients? Can I email those potential clients to you? Hey, by the way, Sarah, I saw that you went on vacation. Looked like you guys went on a cruise to the Bahamas. Did you have a good time? What was your favorite part? Is Johnny still playing football? Is Becky still a cheerleader? I know the name of their dog. How's Spot? Tell Spot I said hi. It's a care call. You're adding value. Drop information on the market. In other words, are you keeping up to date with what the market's doing? Have you read the latest report that says this is what's going to happen in the next 12 months? Can I email you a copy of that report? And before you go, I want you to close with, by the way, who do you know that's thinking of buying or selling real estate? If you knew of somebody that was thinking of buying or selling real estate, would you refer them to me? And when you're having that conversation with 500 people 4 times a year, you're going to get referrals. You're going to get sales. All right, number 4, start every day with a prospecting-based lead generation. Now, this is critically important for those of you who have not been prospecting yet. You've hit big numbers and you're like, I don't need to prospect. I don't do that. But here's what I'm going to tell you. When a market shifts, like the market is shifting right now, the agents who are prospecting are ahead of everybody else. They're going to find out the market shifting before everybody else does. They're also going to get to those opportunities before everybody else does. When the market shifts, one of the things you're going to see is your phone's going to stop ringing. So for those of you who have been selling homes from people who are calling you, I know somebody wants to buy a home, or I want to buy a home, or I want to sell my home. The market shifts, the phone stops ringing. You've got to be prospecting and based, marketing enhanced in order to succeed in this market. Now, what is prospecting? Calling for sell-by owners, calling expired listings, circle prospecting. You want to pick one of the 3 that very few people are doing? Pick circle prospecting. Pick a property that's sold in your farm, in your area, in the market that you work. Pick a property that's sold and then call everybody around that property. Hey, Jack, John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate Company. The reason for my call is a home in your neighborhood recently sold, which is great news. Our challenge now is there are still buyers looking for great homes like yours. And I was just curious, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home? Here's another circle prospecting call that you should be making based on the market we're in. Hey, Justin, my name is John Dietz, XYZ Real Estate Company. I specialize in helping homeowners avoid foreclosure. Who do you know that's behind on their mortgage payments? You're going to get leads. You're going to talk to people who say, I am. And your response to that is, okay, you've got options. Do you know what those options are? All right. Number 5, meet with buyers and sellers every day. Be a detective. Consult your way to success. Don't sell and tell your way to success. When you're meeting with buyers and sellers, I was having a conversation with one of my coaching clients yesterday. She said, John, I got this appointment with an expired listing. Yay. Now what do I do? Hold on one second. I said, great question. Your goal on that appointment is to convey that you care about them, they can trust you, and you know what you're doing. Now, the way you're going to do that, one of the ways you're going to do that is by asking great questions, by taking notes. When you write things down, you are demonstrating to the person you're speaking to that what they're saying is important. You're demonstrating that you care. Ask questions. Don't sell and tell. Sell and tell is showing up at somebody's home and start reading your resume. Do you know how many homes I sold? Do you know where I am on the board of realtors? Did you know that I'm one of the top 10 agents in the board of realtors? This is what we need to do to sell your home. You need to do this, you need to do this. And you haven't asked them one question and you're selling and telling. Consult your way to success. Don't sell and tell. Ask questions. Be a consultant. Every day you should grab a notebook and you should make a list of questions that would be great questions to ask potential buyers and sellers. Here's one. If you knew your home was worth more today than it would be in the next 5 years, what would you do? If you're waiting to put your home on the market for 6 months and there's more homes on the market 6 months from now, is it easier to sell your home when there's more competition or when there's less competition? And if there's more competition, is it possible that the value of your home is going to go down? If one of your neighbors' homes is foreclosed on, what does that do to the value of your home? Now, those are all harm's way questions, and they're designed to create pain. And the reason they're designed to create pain is because we know that people are more motivated to avoid pain than they are to go towards pleasure. Logic makes us think, emotion makes us act. All right, number 6, follow up systematically and stay in curiosity. Follow up systematically means that once you meet with someone, you're going to call them once a week for the first 4 weeks. You're going to call them once every other week for the next 8 weeks. Now you're 3 months in, and after 3 months, you're going to call once a month forever, unless they list their home or they sell their home. Being in curiosity means that when you hear, I've decided not to sell my home, you don't need to call me. I understand, and I'll talk to you next month. I'm going to keep calling. There is nothing they can say that would cause me to stop calling. If I get into judgment, I'm going to start judging away opportunities. I've had real estate agents come to me and say, you know, John, I went on the appointment, but they're not motivated. They're not serious. They're asking too much money. They're just not serious about selling their home. It's not a good lead. And my response is there are no such things as bad leads, just bad real estate agents who don't follow up. Follow up regardless. Don't judge away opportunity. You're going to be shocked. You're going to be surprised at how many of those people who told you they would never hire you end up hiring you. My record is 3 years and 89 calls before someone hired me. Now, that's the longest it took. It doesn't take that much every time. On average, 3 to 4 months tops. All right, number 7, recognize opportunity and close. Opportunity usually shows up as frustration. It sounds something like you're talking to for sell by owner that you met with a couple months ago, and you ask them, how are things going? Have you had any offers? What do the offers look like that you're getting? What kind of feedback are you hearing? How many showings are you getting? Those are all great follow-up questions. Hopefully you wrote them down. If not, this is on video. Watch it again and write them down. and you hear, I'm really surprised my home hasn't sold by now. Kind of thought it would have. I'm hearing frustration. Okay. The moment I hear frustration, you know, Sarah, if I'm being too aggressive, please forgive me. However, if you were to hire a professional agent like me, you would want to hire an aggressive agent, wouldn't you? And it sounds like you might be thinking it's time to hire a realtor. If I could show you how I could sell your home for more money in less time, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that? Now, one of two things are going to happen. They're either going to say yes, close, get the appointment. Congratulations, you got a listing appointment. Or they're going to say, no, I'm not ready yet. And then all you're going to do is say, I understand. And you're literally backing up. I understand. And I'll give you a call again next month. If there's anything you need in the meantime, I'm just a call away. When you see opportunity, close. If I could show you how I could sell your home for more money in less time, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that? Now, I love that question because I'm not asking them to hire me. I'm not even asking for a listing appointment. It's a curiosity question. Literally, Jack, if I could show you how I could sell your home for more money in less time, would you be interested? Are you at least curious how I could do that? At the end of the meeting, you can hire me or don't hire me, but don't you want to get together and find out what I could do in order to attract better buyers and get your home sold in less time for more money? All right. Number 8, study the market daily in order to become the local economist of choice. Boy, this is important. I'm going to slow down. It is your job as a professional real estate agent to know the market better than anybody else does. Now, what does that mean? That means in your market that you work, how many homes are on the market? How many are selling every 30 days? What's the absorption ratio? Is there less than 30 days supply of inventory, or is there more than 6 months supply of inventory? Break it down by neighborhood, break it down by price. So if you're talking to all my Coral Springs friends, if you're talking to somebody in Parkland Golf and Country Club, and they have a home that's 750 plus, you've got it. You don't have to go look it up. Did you know that in your neighborhood for single family homes between 750 and $1 million, there's currently 21 properties for sale? Did you know that? Did you know that in the last 6 months in that same price range, there were 18 that sold? Now that means there's 3 selling every 30 days. There's 21 currently for sale, which means there's a 7-month supply of inventory for homes between 750 and $1 million in Parkland Golf and Country Club. Now, in order for you to sell your home, you have to be one of the top 3. And as a for sale by owner, your greatest disadvantage is you're not attracting the best buyers on the market. So now you're attracting buyers who are not the best buyers. And you have to be one of the top 3. Local economist of choice, strategic pricing professional, marketing expert in order to attract the right buyers to the right homes. And this doesn't require tons of experience. So if you're on this call and you're new to real estate and you're thinking, but I haven't sold any homes, so what? Now what? You can still know the market better than anybody else does. When you show up at somebody's home and you know the market better than anybody else does, you have value. You're somebody I want to work with. My superpower as a real estate agent listing 12 to 15 homes every month was I was never in a conversation with anybody that knew the market better than I did. It was my job to know the market better than anybody else. That was it. I'm not really good at a whole lot of things, but I'm great at that. All right. Number 9, practice and role play your scripts every day. For those of you who say, well, I don't like scripts, I'm going to sound like a robot. Tell me if I sound like a robot. Every single word I'm using is a script. Every single word. And I've done this thousands of times. The path to mastery is 10,000 hours. You spend 10,000 hours doing anything, you're going to master it. I've got over 17,000 hours in the last 20 years in practicing and role-playing my scripts. I've got this. Mastery is practicing something until you can't get it wrong. it's not practicing it until you get good or get great. It's practicing until you can't get it wrong. You want to get to a point where you've got the language of real estate embedded at a level where it's part of you. It just comes out naturally. All right, number 10, deliver raving fan customer service. When somebody hires you, your job is not over, it just started. And your job is to create a client for life. You create clients for life by exceeding expectations. Whatever you promise, make sure you over deliver. Do things that other people are not doing. Provide raving fan customer service in order to create clients for life. All right, guys, there it is. 10 steps to becoming a successful real estate agent. I've got 2 minutes for anyone who wants to raise their hand and ask a question or share. The recording will be on YouTube. For those of you who are part of Rainmaker Plus, we're doing different recordings for that group. I'll talk about that later, but this call is recorded every day and it's on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. John Dietz.
Hey, John, really quick.
Yep.
I purchased your Rainmaker book last night on Amazon. And but I noticed you had another book, Scripts for Sellers, and I was trying to find that, but that is a rare piece of literature to find. Would you happen to have any for sale?
No, I don't own a copy. I had one and I gave it away.
Right.
And
awesome.
That book is not being it's not available anymore because the publisher stopped printing copies. So, that book came out about 10 years ago. Justin, I am going to republish Rainmaker Part 2. Just hang in there, and I will make sure you get a copy of it.
Thanks.
You in the chat who have said you've dropped your email and you haven't got the information. My apologies. I will save today's chat. I will look at the emails that I'm getting and I'll make sure you get the information for Rainmaker Plus. Lonnie Luke. Yeah, I've reached out to you a couple times, so I need to make sure that I've got the right email address. It's in the chat, so I'll get it right this time. My apologies.
Hey, John, this is Sheena. How are you doing?
Amazing. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm sitting here making notes, but I didn't hear the actual title of 7 and 8.
Okay, you got it. 7. Recognize opportunity and close. When you see opportunity, close. Opportunity usually shows up as frustration. When you hear frustration, simply close. If I could show you how I could sell your home for more money in less time, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that? Number 8 is study the market daily in order to become the local economist of choice.
I got notes, but I didn't realize that was a number. I missed that part of it.
I
Okay, thank you.
went really, really fast, Sheena, so I'm not shocked that you didn't get it.
Thanks for your time. Have a good day.
Okay. Guys, I don't see any more hands up. I've got a lot of notes in the chat. Yeah, Sheena, I just saw your note. Hold on. Okay, that's not a dumb question, Susie. The way you know an absorption rate is A, B, C, D. Get ready to write this down. A is active listings in a particular area. Usually I'm going to either use the neighborhood or I'm going to look at a 2 to 3 mile radius around the subject property, being the person who I'm speaking to. All right. Because that's how buyers look. Buyers don't just look in one neighborhood. They usually look in a 2 to 3 mile radius. A is the number of active listings within a price range. So 750 to 800, for example, 800 to 850 would be a different search for the same location, just a different price range, because you can have different markets in the same location. B is the number of homes within that same price range, same area that sold in the last 6 months. C is B divided by 6. In other words, there were 24 homes that sold. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So there's 4 homes selling every 30 days. D is A divided by C. The number of active listings divided by the number that are selling every 30 days will give you the absorption ratio, 4-month supply, 5-month supply, 2-month supply, for example. All right, guys, I've got 8:57. I've got to jump in order to be on Rainmaker Plus. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this call. I hope you got amazing value. My goal is to help you sell more homes to live the dream that you had when you got your real estate license. And I won't stop until every single person, which by the way, it's not possible that I'll ever get there. I won't stop until every single person realizes that dream, realizes that goal. It's a just cause, which is not realistic. That's the whole point. All right, but everybody, make it a great day. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:30. Bye for now.
Thank you, John.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Bye. Have a
Madeline,
good day.
good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Oh my gosh.
Bye.